Double Masters previews have begun. We've got our first look at the set, and we're going to go through about 35 cards in this video.
You're simply the best.
Yep, everybody is freaking out. It's the new set. What are we going to do? Here it comes. It's like this ooze. It's creeping toward you. You can't do anything about it. You're just going to sit there and let it happen. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to the day.
Thank you for spending your time with us.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joel. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We have got Double Masters previews day 1 to discuss, but first, if you like the video by the end of it and you want to help us out, hit that subscribe button down there.
It's the best way to support the channel with just the click of a button. We've got a lot of cards to talk about. Double Masters is coming out, and it's the new thing. And so naturally, the entire Magic the Gathering community has shifted their attention toward it. And the next couple weeks are going to be explosive with this content. So make sure you're subscribed.
Real quick, before we do jump into it, we've got a special running at our Patreon right now. We have these cool limited edition, first edition stickers. My green screen is making them look weird right now, but everybody who joins our Patreon at any level gets a free sticker of our first editions when we are out of them. That promo is over. Make sure.
Yeah, it will never say first edition. So that little part in the bottom left where it says first edition there, that will never appear again. Once these stickers are gone, that will disappear. So if you're looking for that exclusive
first edition
adhesive, you're in the right place.
Here we go. Let's jump into these cards. So, Jake, we started off with Grim Lavamancer. I'll tell you, I watched Twitter react kind of in real time, as these cards were coming out. And Grim Lavamancer, as you can see here, and Champion of Lambholt were the first two out of the gate. And everybody went...
Yeah, well, Grim Lavamancer is an excellent card, but it's been reprinted into the ground. It's one of these cards that in Modern Burn, it helps you get extra value out of the burn spells that go to your graveyard.
Right.
So, obviously, the name is a lot better in German. I wish our...
Yeah, Grimmeiger Magma Meiger.
It's very, very, very German. No, I think that these cards are good, but yes, obviously, these are going to be on the lesser end of... When you're buying a pack that's going to be, what, $15, $20? Do you really want to pull Champion of Lambholt or Grim Lavamancer? Not so much.
Especially when we just saw them in Jumpstart, like they were literally just reprinted, and now we've got them in the exclusive VIP expensive set.
They're like, but I guess since it's hot on the press and we already have it in the printer, let's just put it in the next set.
I like how the Grim Lavamancer's name in German is so impressive, and for Champion of Lambholt, it's really kind of almost the exact same thing. Champion von Lambholt. Anyway, let's get into some more exciting cards. How about Boon Reflection? We've seen now that we have a couple of cards in a Reflection series, it seems, which will be doubling things. And Boon Reflection, if you gain life, you gain twice that much life instead.
Maybe that's what we need to turn this video into, is where is the double effect?
Where's the 2 or the double?
I get it. Lambholt gets counters, I get it. Grim Lavamancer, double the value out of the yard,
and deals 2 damage. That makes sense. 2. We had Boon Reflection, we had Thought Reflection as well. Triple blue for a 4. If you draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. I think that's pretty evident.
This is all about abundance. So you're looking at a bulk rare here. This is just absolute straight up bulk. But in casual EDH, I like this card.
Yeah, I think it'll be a Timmy card for EDH, and, it in foil will look cool with the lighting of that art being there in the middle.
But remember, Timmy has a place in EDH.
Absolutely. I'm not criticizing Timmy.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's just like these big, huge enchantments. A lot of the time, they're not competitive in 60-card constructed. But in EDH, in certain kitchen table... EDH is dividing into 2 things.
Sure.
A lot of the things we talk about here on this channel are EDH. You can agree Joel covers EDH at length in his 3-Wave series. But EDH is like the emphasis. This is what we kind of have to look at as like the lifeblood of the game. So a lot of the time we're referencing EDH more than anything else. Just to clear that up for anyone who may be new to the channel. Rex Sage, really good card as well. This looks like new art. I haven't seen this.
No, it's that art has been around. I've seen it before. But it is there, I think, shown in its foil variation, the best they can show through a JPEG. And what do you think is the 2 here? The fact that it costs 2 and a green, or it's a 2/1? You may destroy target artifact or enchantment.
It destroys 2 things.
Yeah.
Artifact or enchantment.
It's going to be funny looking for that because not everything's going to... There's just no way that everything falls into those. I
love this.
Yeah,
like,
so
this is like
this card,
hook, line, and sinker.
This card was controversial today because off the rip, you see... I mean, look, the card is a common. It's still in the set as a common. However, and I'm going to go back to
common
this...
into card.
The Expedition map today was very controversial on Twitter because it is essentially a common that you could get as a box topper or like a premium card in your booster pack. And right off the rip, there was a lot of outcry about, oh, cool, a common in this really crazy expensive set. Because for the last 2-3 weeks since we found out the price of this set, there's been nothing but outcry about it. I saw a couple of good takes, and Pleasant Kenobi, go check out his channel if you haven't. He had my favorite take, which was cards like Ornithopter, cards that were cheap, that were printed as Kaladesh masterpieces. Exactly. They're still $50, $60 cards at the cheapest. And so I don't think that the whole common, uncommon, rare conversation matters that much, especially when this card is played. It's not an irrelevant card, and this card is gorgeous. They knocked it out of the park with this art, and I really think that this is going to be a desirable card for collectors. What do you think?
I completely agree with you, and I agree with Pleasant Kenobi, and, I sought out Ornithopter in Masterpiece. Do these cards appeal to people that are trying to play competitive tournament Magic? No.
It's not what they're for.
These cards appeal to collectors and people that want to bling out their decks. There is a pimp factor in EDH where it's like best in slot is like, what is the most expensive, what is the most extended, what is the most altered.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, it's evidenced by this. I played with some guys on Spell Table the other night, okay, with the little play group. The guys and gals that were part of that play group, every time you play a special card, you go foil, white border, swamp. Tap it to do this. It's like that's part of playing the game, is announcing what variation, if it's foil or not. That's why I put white border swamps in my deck.
You might as well.
Right.
You might as well get something out of all the money you put into the game.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Expedition Map is great. Is it a little bit of an acknowledgement of the secondary market? I think it is.
Absolutely.
I think it is because it's a huge card. It's played in Tron. It's an excellent card. It was originally
just got banned.
As a common in Zendikar. It was an uncommon in Modern Masters 2015.
Right.
It's seen different rarities. Here we're looking at it in rare because it's a box topper. I mean, dude, in Ikoria Collector Boosters, they gave us Mothra's Egg, which is a freaking common.
Right.
And that could have been your Godzilla alternate art variant.
Yeah.
It's an egg
it could have been a Ghidorah.
It's practically unplayable.
I'm super in. The point is, for that one, my personal opinion is that I'm super in for that alternate art. What is it? Showcase Expedition map?
So there's going to be, you know what we need to do? We need to do a video called The History of Variants.
Yeah, probably. Maybe that's
the video.
Next up, we've got Conjurer's Closet, so you can get double value out of your ETBs. Found the 2, Jake.
I see the 2. Let's move on. This is a great card. Very good card. Baleful Strix. We've seen it before. It does all the things. Let's move on.
Printed at rare. I think it's notable. Printed at rare. But every time it's been printed into a set that, and I think I'm right about this, every time that it's been printed into a set that is not, it's not intended to be in that deck, like it's a pre-made deck, like a commander set or something, it's been at rare so that you can't get a lot of multiples of it in the limited environment. If I looked at that correctly when I was looking up the rares.
Because the card is so powerful. It cantrips, and then it has flying and death touch built in. So the card is pretty much always going to 2-for-1 based on what we're looking at here. It's just a very good card. And originally printed in Plains Chase at uncommon. Now most of the time we get it at rare. Will it be desirable in foil? Yes, it always is. It should be about $30 to $40 in foil. So if you get a foil Baleful Strix, good for you.
Yep. Look at this desirable card. How about Jace the Mind Sculptor?
Bro, when I saw this earlier today, I was like, these evil geniuses.
They have printed old JTMS
in OG art.
In OG art, extended showcase variation here. No, I guess it's not showcase. This is just extended original art. But the point is that you can get this extended border JTMS in foil. Oh, baby, baby.
And this is the thing for me. If you're on the fence about VIP boosters, there has been this speculation. This is what you need to know about VIP boosters. And we're going to do a video.
Yeah, there'll be separate videos breaking down all the finance of these.
But this is what you need to know about VIP is VIP boosters is going to be the only packs where you can get foil showcase. Okay? Right. You can get showcase cards out of the normal Double Masters packs, but you can only get foil showcase in the VIP boosters. Is it evil? Is it greedy? Is it genius? Probably all of the above.
Absolutely.
Very beautiful card. When it came out, Joel, it shook the foundation of Standard.
Yeah,
it was everywhere.
Right. Yeah, it was everywhere. It ended up.
Why would you not play it?
JTMS has a long, storied history. It's excellent to see him back. It's excellent to see this version existing. And honestly, I kind of like the set symbol for this set personally. And so that set symbol is not undesirable for me to see on there. Like, I didn't really like M25's. That one. Yeah. I didn't like the set symbol on this one. Anyway, we've got a whole colorless run of cards here, and we're going to start with Karn Liberated. There's the original and Nightmare version.
I actually really like the Nightmare version. This is a thing that we need to talk about more, is like the big risks that they're starting to take with art. This reminds me a lot of early on MTG.
Well, I mean, it's Mark T is the artist here, who was one of the OG artists. We've got... Have you ever seen... Okay, so there were a ton of memes. This was a card that everybody wanted to dunk on today because this art is just so out there compared to anything we've seen for so long.
I'm into it.
And is a little goofy looking.
I guarantee you the foil of this is going to command a premium.
Yeah. Okay, so you've seen the Pikachu surprised meme where it just ends with Pikachu's face. They had Karn Liberated, this art's face cut out, and it was like, MTG players, we want you to make cards that look like the original art. Wizards does it. MTG players, and it's Karn's face like this.
You're simply the best.
It was my favorite meme I saw today, but this card is crazy looking. At the very least, this is a card where, like, if it's in your binder and somebody's flipping through, they're gonna stop and go, that is very interesting looking.
We've already talked about Expedition Map. We're looking at Karn now. We're about to talk about Ursa Lands that are coming up as well. They pretty much put Tron into this. I mean, I guess what better time to put the Ursa Lands and Karn and all of this into a set that doubles. I mean, I can't think of a better time to reprint these cards, but they also did showcase versions of all of these.
Right, that's what I was going to say. We have what will be in the set versions. Yeah, exactly. It's a panorama art that starts with Urza's Mind and goes across an entire panorama covering all
Tron.
3 lands. Right.
It's literally the Tron deck.
It goes the land, and then Karn's over there going, oh my god, did y'all print a piece of art that's just Tron? Here's Urza's power plant in the showcase version. But yeah, I mean, these lands are so sick to me. I am a huge fan. Here's Urza's Tower. We know Urza's Tower, but then we have the showcase Urza's Tower, and you can kind of see where
and you said this is a panorama,
starts.
Right?
Yeah, look, so you can see where the rock starts and goes up towards where Karn stands. Where he would be standing where your face is right now, and it goes across in the order that I showed him.
That's amazing. So let's just talk about this from the aspect of paper, which is you've assembled your Tron lands, you've now cast Karn, and now on the table, on your battlefield, on your playmat, you can lay all of these cards out in a panorama together.
Forms a piece of art.
Like, I love that. I think that that's really cool. And that's something that we're not going to see really outside of collector's variants. So if you do have a lot of criticism for collector variants, I would have to put that into the big positives column. I do think that this kind of thing, being able to have this as like a collectible Easter egg, do I think it's genius? Do I think it's evil? I do, but I also think it's brilliant. I really, really like it.
They know what they're doing. I'll tell you, watching everybody kind of live react to the first ones coming out today, when we got to this section of the day, everybody was like, all right, that's cool. Show me more. They were over the fact that we started with Grim Lava Mansur and Champion of Lambholt and all the this ain't it memes. Glimmer Void was next up on the day. It's a good reprint as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's a good reprint. There have been cards that have kind of replaced it over the years, so it's lost its big price point from when it was played in Affinity, but it's still a good card.
We got Blinkmoth Nexus again. We just saw this one. Was it this one or was it the other one that was printed into a secret layer? I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. It was Inkmoth. Okay, so we've got Blinkmoth here that's being reprinted as well. It's a land and a creature. Maybe that's the two. We've been going away from guessing where the two is, but Blinkmoth Nexus followed that one up. And then we got this Sword of War and Peace in a full art showcase, whatever you call it, variant. This card is gorgeous.
Yes.
Right, that's about what can be said. Sword of War and Peace is a highly desirable one. It fits into a lot of different types of EDH decks and can go into a lot of different types of EDH decks. And having some art like this,
I love that it's like something weird went down in here. Like,
oh, yeah.
Like, there was a lunge, there might have been a miss. The sword is now lodged in this column. Whoever was holding it, we don't know where they are right now, but the sword is here. I think that this is very, very cool. Obviously, these variants and these showcase cards, they're going to be popping up a lot. This product is going to be opened in mass. So don't FOMO out too much. Don't freak out and think that you're going to miss out. If you set aside your budget, you could cherry pick these singles when this product is being opened in mass, and it will be opened in mass, and there will be people trying to recoup their investment. So just make sure to be checking in frequently once this product starts getting opened. Sunforger, great card.
Yeah, I mean, it's a EDH staple. I've played against it 100 times. It's cool that it's getting reprinted. It's a good reprint. We've got this incredibly dope art of Worm Coil Engine.
Extended art, yeah.
Oh my god, it gets away. It looks a little organic for me. It gets away from the fact that, you know, this is like, right, it's an artifact worm that are like, it's two things rolled together and it moves together until you
I do see
kill
the double.
it and it splits. Yeah, obviously. But it's cool enough that the whole, like, let's dive into the lore of this art thing goes away for me, and I see an incredible piece of art on an awesome card that can be played in a ton of places, and I want this card.
Yeah. Again, there is going to be a foil variant of this and a non-foil variant, and if you play your cards right, if you set aside your budget, you can get this for a nice affordable price. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. There's what it looks like regular art in the reprint. The art is only going to go on the showcase, obviously. This is Mage of the Abyss. This is a very cheap card. At the beginning of each player's turn, you choose a non-artifact creature they control, and that creature's destroyed, I believe is the translation on this card. Don't quote me on that, but it's a cheap card. It's a cool reprint.
It looks like it can't be regenerated.
Yeah. Sculpting Steel, here's an EDH staple that is, you know, it's not cheap. It's not a $1 card, you know. And so the more of these kind of cards that can be printed for people to play in their EDH decks, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
And this is a good card. This is a great card. You might be sitting there going, oh my gosh, it's Sculpting Steel. But just keep in mind, this is going to be one of the lower end rares.
Yeah.
And so the price on a lot of these cards that are just simply scarce, the price on those is going to bottom out. So the cards that are very playable, that are very desirable, there's going to be chase rares like any set. But a lot of these cards that have like middle value of like $3 to $10, the price of those is just going to be nuked. There are going to be double rares opened in these packs. So every box, instead of having 24 rares, is going to have 48.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I mean, if that's
my
how it's
understanding.
allocated.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
just something to think about.
It's a crazy time. Here's a reprint of a classic legendary
Downshifted
artifact
in
creature.
rarity.
Yep, right. Yeah, it is coming in at rare. But get those commander players cards they need, put them into a set that's going to be opened a lot, and that'll lower the price so that everybody can afford to buy into the thing. Now, here's a card that's not going to go down in price. Talking about one of the chases. Exploration, I think, is maybe the most expensive card, individual card, this version of it, that was spoiled today. I think it's a $40 to $50 card just off the rip. And then after they showed us that Exploration was going to be reprinted into this set, they showed us this version.
And it looks like a big giant lotus, a big giant black lotus over there.
Yeah, this is just so desirable.
And it's marked cool.
Right.
It's honestly really, really beautiful. And, the card is very good. It's limited to the number of lands that are in your hand, but you can have very explosive starts with this card.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, CEDH,
what better time to reprint it?
This is definitely a card that is going to be kept alive because of the Commander community. It's very cool that we got this treatment of this card. It was already cool that we were seeing a very valuable card that was being printed. Right. I mean, that's the good, cheap enchantments. Commander's going to keep those alive forever. Exploration is no doubt going to be one of the desirable cards to pull. This one won't be one of the desirable cards to pull, but
no, it won't. It's not desirable when you see it either. I hate this card so much.
Yeah, Terastodon actually has a fond place. A little bit of a story time. We had this card banned at our table in college just because it tilted people so hard. There was a deck that I'm thinking of in particular played by a buddy of ours that would blink it over and over, and it would tilt people, and it ended up being like a
Deadeye Navigator, Terastodon, blink it, blink it.
Something that's not that oppressive, and it's fine, but it just made people feel so bad back in the day that this one holds a special place in our hearts. This is not going to be an expensive card. This is not going to be one of the chases that you want to find. No. But it's a Terastodon. Lux Cannon, actually, the price on this one
downshifted.
Yeah, it's downshifted, and you would be surprised. The price of Lux Cannon is around $8 to $10, and so it's nice that this one is getting a reprint so that people can acquire it at a lower price point if they want it for their EDH.
Yeah, it will 100% tank. Lux Cannon, it does hold that price point just simply because it's so rare. I'm pretty sure this is its first ever reprint, so expect the price of Lux Cannon to go way down.
Yeah, absolutely. Engineered Explosives. This one is played, in multiple formats. This is this one isn't cheap either. This will make the price go down, obviously, like all the rest of these cards, but this is, a $5 to $10 card, I believe, that's being reprinted into these packs.
Engineered, I think Engineered might even be as high as like $20. It definitely took a price hit when it was reprinted last time in Ultimate Masters. And because we have not a lot of paper going on right now, you have a lot of people that just, they're not buying a lot of paper cards because they can't really play these formats like Modern and Pioneer that they would otherwise be going to their LGS to play. Yeah. So, something to think about.
That's exactly right. That takes us back around to the beginning of the list and the end of day one. We definitely appreciate everybody watching. Like we said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Jake and I are going to be doing our best to cover this entire set as it spoils, as it previews. We are very excited for this set, and we want to cover it.
That's right, and we are going to cover it. If you like this video, click like, click subscribe. If it's the second Jake and Joel video you've ever watched, you have to click like and subscribe because that means for some reason you're back again.
If you want to get our first edition sticker, go join our Patreon at any level right now. I will mail one of these to you. Edition 1, Jake and Joel Are Magic sticker. Jake, I'm tapped out.
That's it. We gotta go.